My name is Ellen, I'm 62 years old, and I live alone in a charming, slightly worn brownstone apartment in Brooklyn, New York. I've been divorced for nearly 20 years, and although the transition wasn't easy, solitude has become something I now embrace. My days are filled with little rituals: a morning coffee on the stoop, walks through Prospect Park, a good mystery novel in the afternoon, and jazz records spinning in the evening. But that morning something shifted. My old coffee machine finally gave up on me. It might seem trivial, but for me, that small moment disrupted the flow of my comfort zone. Determined to fix the inconvenience, I walked to a local appliance store down the street. That's when I met Jake. He was 25, maybe 26, kind eyes and natural smile. He approached me as I was looking through the options and offered help. His knowledge of the products was impressive, but what struck me most was how attentive he was, not just to the machines, but to me. We chatted easily, and after I picked a retro-style cream model, he casually said, "If you'd like, I can help you set it up. My shift ends in 30 minutes. There was something genuine in his offer. I hesitated for a second, but then agreed. Back at my place, as Jake stepped inside, he noticed the little traces of a life lived alone: an open book on the couch, a shawl draped over a chair, a record left spinning. He smiled. "You live alone, right?" I nodded. "Is it that obvious?" "Not in a bad way, just you've made the space yours." That simple statement made me feel seen in a way I hadn't in years. Jake installed the coffee machine smoothly, and I offered him a cup. We sat in the kitchen sipping quietly. Then he asked, "Do you like living alone?" The question hung in the air. "I've gotten used to it," I replied honestly. He nodded. Getting used to something doesn't mean it makes you happy. Our conversations became deeper with each meeting. He came by more often, sometimes to fix a light bulb, sometimes just to talk. One night he invited me to a small exhibit downtown. To my surprise, it was his. Jake was an artist. On the gallery walls he had drawn me moments I didn't even remember him seeing. The way I sipped my coffee, the arch of my back as I leaned on the balcony, even my quiet smiles. It was overwhelming, and yet I felt honored, seen, cherished. Then the judgment started. My sister Lauren visited unexpectedly. She recognized Jake. "Isn't he friends with your son Chris?" "Ellen, are you serious?" That night I spoke with Jake about it. He didn't flinch. "I'm not here for drama or scandal. I'm here because I feel at peace when I'm with you." Days later, a handwritten note appeared under my door. It was from Chris. He heard about Jake and me. He was confused, hurt, but his last line stayed with me. "If this makes you happy, Mom, who am I to stop you?" Outside opinions didn't stop there. A neighbor, Mrs. Green, made snide remarks in the hallway. "Your handyman's awfully young, Ellen. Hope he's not overcharging you," but people change. When Jake later helped Mrs. Green carry her groceries up the stairs and fixed her leaky sink without asking for a cent, she changed. The next week, she knocked on my door with banana bread and a soft, I might have judged too fast. Another day at the farmer's market, a woman named Diane approached me. Her daughter owned a small gallery, and she had seen Jake's sketches there. "Beautiful," she said. "You must be proud." Jake wasn't just a phase. He was slowly becoming a part of my world. Then one evening, Jake suggested a weekend away. "Let's get out of the city. I want to show you where I grew up, a cabin in the Catskills. No noise, just us." We drove north early Saturday. The trees were ablaze with fall colors. The air was crisp. The cabin was humble but warm. That night, as rain tapped the windows, Jake sat close beside me and whispered, "You're not just someone I care about. You're someone who's taught me to slow down, to notice." I didn't need grand declarations. That was enough. When we returned, Lauren was waiting, arms crossed, eyes judging. "You know what people are saying, Ellen? Do you care about your reputation at all?" I looked her in the eye. "Do you care about my happiness?" She didn't answer, but 2 days later she texted, "I still don't get it, but I love you." Jake and I kept things simple. We never labeled what we had. We didn't live together, but we met for walks, for dinners, for quiet moments on my couch. And if one day it ends, I'll still be grateful because I chose to listen to my heart when everything told me not to. Weeks later, Jake invited me to meet his mother. She's curious, he said. She's heard about you. She's seen my drawings. She wants to understand. I was nervous, but I went. Her name was Angela. She had silver hair and strong eyes. She welcomed me with warmth and tea. He's never looked at someone the way he looks at you, she told me privately. I didn't expect this, but I see something real here. From that day, something shifted again. Jake started leaving small sketches on my kitchen table, portraits of us walking, laughing, sharing wine. One morning, I found a note with a drawing. Thank you for teaching me what patience looks like. One rainy afternoon, we went to see an old movie at a local theater. As the credits rolled, Jake leaned over and whispered, "This reminds me of us, the quiet moments, the tension, the beauty." I laughed. I never thought I'd be the leading lady in anyone's story. He kissed my hand. "You always were. You just forgot." Then came the gallery offer. Diane's daughter Jenna reached out. "Jake's drawings have depth, but your presence in them adds mystery. Would you consider letting us feature them as a joint exhibit?" I hesitated. The idea of strangers seeing pieces of our private world was terrifying. "Do it," Jake urged. "It's not just art, it's truth." Opening night was packed. People studied the sketches. Some whispered, some smiled, but most were moved. One teary-eyed woman said, This makes me believe in second chances." I stood beside Jake, overwhelmed but proud. Back home, I sat on the stoop, coffee in hand. Jake joined me, blanket over our laps. "You know," I said, 3 paths were in front of me. Close the door, pretend or leap. He squeezed my hand. "I'm glad you leapt." If this story touched you, leave a like and subscribe for more real and heartfelt confessions.